Hey fellas, how you doing? It's Johnny. I wanted to make a video for you guys about first dates because I haven't done any dating videos for a long time. A lot of my students have been writing to me saying that they wanted some videos on more advanced stuff. Obviously you guys know that a lot of the material I cater for is around anxiety, social anxiety and having conversations and being able to feel more relaxed around people. But one of the things that is really true to myself and really relevant along my journey, and I want to share with you, hopefully I'll be able to help you guys. Well, why did I say hopefully? I'll definitely be able to help you. When I first used to go on first dates, and even to this day now, sometimes, I used to feel incredibly nervous, especially when if it was all for one that I found attractive. You're always going to feel nervous when the outcome is precious to you, when you're interested in the person. Now, coming from a background myself with someone who had a lot of social fear, was naturally an introvert, was quite shy. First dates were always really exciting for me, but incredibly nerve-wracking. The first thing I used to always worry about is, what if I get nervous on the date and the girl sees that I'm nervous? What if I make mistakes in the conversation? What if I run out of things to say? What if I don't have my body language situated in the right way? And what if she rejects me? Basically, it was the fear. It was the fear of being seen to be making mistakes. So in psychology, it's the fear of social judgment. So I just want to talk about some of the things that I've done to help me with that and the things I still use to this day. It's all about management of fear. Don't care who you are, we all have fear when we meet new people. We all feel, same for women and men, we all feel nervous when we go on a first date. Now, as I said, what I learned was in my journey, and a lot of things I learned were not true, that people were putting out on the internet and telling me, that the fear was always there, but I got so much better at managing it. The fear wasn't always there, but there was always a feeling of, there was a mild feeling of fight or flight. There was emotion, whether it was good emotion, it was a little bit of negative emotion, it was nervous energy. But what excited me when I realised that I wasn't alone, that everyone has that and the women felt the fear, but it was all about me managing it. Various ways I've learned to do that. One is, if the anxiety is so out of control where you can't speak and you're so nervous that the person can see it, you call it out. You just say, listen, I'm a bit overwhelmed, I feel a bit nervous, forgive me. And when you say that, it's good for you selfishly and it's good for the girl because you'll excuse your nervous behaviour. Because if you don't call it out, the girl might think, why is he behaving like that? What's wrong with him? And you'll feel 100 times better. So that's the confession. That's like, that's stopping you from sinking. That's like the last option. The next one is with more advanced, which I personally like.
Sorry, there is
that's all right.
traces of nuts, so I don't know. It's up to you what you feel is vegetable too.
Thank you so much. It's so kind.
So basically, the next one is where you manage your state, your emotions, by controlling your inner monologue. So usually when we get nervous and we get afraid with a person or with a woman, we go into our mind. We come out of the present moment. We can't think about what to say. We get stuck. And then we panic. And we become conscious that we are nervous and we're worried that the other person's going to see it. So one of the things I've focused on is my breathing. I taught this to myself. Focus on getting my breathing right. And here's one of the exercises that I do. So if you're sitting with a girl on a date and she could be in front of you with eye contact, she could be beside you, when you feel the anxiety coming up and it's getting strong and you can't think of what to say, and sometimes the girl doesn't have to see you doing it, you just breathe, acknowledge that the fear's coming, you're nervous. Just by acknowledging it and accepting it, don't try and remove it. Don't panic for feeling nervous because that will make it worse. Accept it, say it's coming up, it's rising in me. Tell yourself in your mind it's okay, you're going to be safe, because sometimes this is part of our inner child or a coping strategy that thinks we're not safe. Tell yourself you are safe. Think of a subject that you really like, that you're passionate about, and spit it out, talk about it, because it's likely that the girl will be interested in the subject. And even if she's not interested in that particular topic, the energy, especially when it comes from honesty and congruency, the energy that will be felt of what you're saying will make the girl feel more relaxed and make yourself feel relaxed. So I'll go, There's fear there. I'm acknowledging that there's anxiety coming because I feel judged by the girl. Right, a topic I love. I love philosophy. So I'm going to say to her, do you like philosophy? I'm going to manage that fear. I'm aware it's there, but I'm continuing on my conversation. Do you like philosophy? The girl could say, depends. So well, I really like philosophy. I'm fascinated with philosophy. I like many different expressions of philosophy, especially I like a lot of the Eastern philosophy. I like a lot of stuff in Zen, spiritual practice. I'm also interested in the practices that you can actually practice in the real world, because for me it's not just about sitting down and rubbing candles and meditating. It's actually about taking these spiritual practices and applying them in areas of your life that are beneficial, like your workplace, your family relationships. And some of the ways I do that is by going for a walk in the park and just breathing and just enjoying the walk and practicing my breath, getting my negative thoughts out. Now see that? Did you feel that? That was a real conversation. This wasn't routine. This is a conversation that I had with a woman actually today. And I used this very technique, and it's an honest technique. I felt a mild bit of fear on the date. The reason I felt fear, because part of me felt judged, which is completely normal. I could see that the woman was a bit nervous of me as well. But I felt attracted to her, and I felt a huge chemistry between us. So a lot of the times in our society, and especially for men, when we get feelings of fear coming up, we associate, because we're nervous, it's a bad thing, and we are bad. We take the blunt off of fear making us feel bad. We can fall into low self-esteem. But if you recognize that the feelings are there because you're feeling something, it's knowing how to reinterpret these feelings, it changes the whole frame. Then I wasn't nervous anymore. So within about, I would say between, I don't know, a minute to 2 minutes of managing my emotion, reframing my emotion, and finding a topic that I'm very interested about, the whole frame changed. And you've got to do it from a place of honesty. Now, I'll tell you why it's not good to be dishonest to overcome fear. One is because it doesn't fulfill you, it doesn't build your self-esteem, and it makes you feel like a liar and a cheat, which you're not. And if you're lying and a cheating, then you do become a liar and a cheat. It may just be honest. You may think, oh, that's an extreme thing to say. Now, this is a great practice. These are the two things I want you to do. First one is you call it out. If you can't manage it, that will clear you, make you feel better. You can recover after that. And it's actually better because what you're saying to the person is you're saying, I'm aware that I'm feeling judged by you, so I'm going to tell you that I feel that way as a way of me just owning up to it. That's very, very attractive. Very, very attractive. I've used this, I'm not even going to say technique, I've used this philosophy on many occasions, and it's actually got me success with a woman. I'm going to be straight with you, and I'm not sounding like I'm being arrogant or being big-headed. It's got me to sleep with a woman and start a relationship, and then I'm not nervous after, and then to giggle about it. And a year later, she's saying, oh, do you remember when you was nervous on the date? But I called it out. If I didn't call it out and I tried to hide being nervous, I could easily fall into a sub-personality, a false self, and start not being myself and come away thinking, who the fuck was I? I wasn't being myself, and I feel like I didn't connect with a girl. Or even worse, I can get the number, connect with a girl and come away thinking she didn't meet the real person. But I'll stop there, I won't go too deep. These are some fantastic practices. So I'm going to leave you with that. And these are practices that have taken my relationships with women to another level. And these are the things that I've always taught the guys on my 6 weeks program, and I've seen the results they've got. So I'm acknowledging that it's normal to feel nervous on the first date. There's too many methods out there that are teaching people they shouldn't feel fear. Being nervous is part of being genuine, but it's how we manage the feelings. And guess what? I'm going to leave you with this. The next time you're on a date in that same situation, you will not be as nervous because you've put yourself into that experience. Your brain, your psychology, your spirit, your emotional well-being will remember those feelings, and it will be less threatened by it. And that is how we change our psychology. It's a form of CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and it's done with a simple practice. And you can practice this in every area of your social life, not just on first dates. I hope that's helped. Like and subscribe. Enjoy the process. And what I'm going to say to you, if you want to see a longer version of dating advice, go to my members area, because I've done a video on there that's a lot longer, and I've gone into detail I've gone more longer into this, how to build attraction with a woman on a date, how to know when it's the right time to kiss a girl on a date, how to be clear with a girl, how to find out if the girl wants a relationship, just really how to build a further connection. So if you've enjoyed this video, click the link below or on the screen, and go to my members area and check out the content on there, guys. It's absolutely fantastic. And there's a free 2-week trial, so you can go in and watch the videos for free for 2 weeks. And if you like what you see, you can subscribe for $6.99 a month. So there's absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the process.